YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another review video, as I promised in my previous video of something fun upcoming to review. Today we're reviewing something out of the blue, another Xbox accessory on the channel today. But before we get into the channel, I would like to mention one thing. Thank you so much for 41 subscribers. It's been about 3 months since I started my YouTube channel, and that has definitely helped out a lot. So I appreciate all the subscribers and I appreciate the support. And today I decided to do a fun video and review another product because that's what I love doing best, and I love informing you guys of a product that you might consider buying, and that's kind of what I do here. In today's video, we're looking at the G-Story X screen for the Xbox Series S. So before we jump into this video, I want to say another thing. I'm thinking about doing some other material on the channel as well, not just gaming stuff. If you guys think it's a good idea, then let me know in the comments down below. Maybe give me a couple suggestions would be awesome. But if y'all like this type of stuff, you know, just let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. I love answering all your questions, and thank you so much for the kind comments I've been getting. One person said that these videos remind him of the old style of YouTube, and I appreciate that. If y'all like that type of stuff, I'm here. I don't like spending lots of time on editing and stuff. I think it's pointless when you just, make the video nice looking and then post it. Whatever, I'm not going to spend my time putting all this little stuff up. Although, I would appreciate if y'all subscribe to my channel for more fun videos. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video and look at the G screen for the Xbox Series S. What we're looking at here is the G-Story screen for the Xbox Series S, something I've been wanting to get for a while now. But it's not brand new, unfortunately, because they do cost a lot, and I don't feel like it's worth the price. So I got a nice used one off of eBay. Unfortunately, it was missing a screw that you kind of needed to hold it in securely, but fortunately for me, I'm not really going to be taking this item around me many places just because of the type of item it is. But basically, it's a screen attached to your regular Xbox Series S here. No modifications done. It's just you just buy the screen on the internet, and then you have the attachments to put the screen on. But I thought it was pretty interesting because the screen is actually very nice. The quality on here is very nice. It does have HDR and it does have 1080p. You can also jump for the 4K ones, but it's going to be costing you a good arm and a leg. So unfortunately, I don't have the type of money. So I decided not to go with that. I decided just to go with a nice used one. I got mine for $160. Not bad. Pretty good price for a screen that costs, $280. But the G-Story screen is the second variant to the X screen, which originally came out for the Series S, but it's not as good. It does not have HDR, and unfortunately, all the USB ports in the back are clogged up. So I'm going to show you guys the installation, the setup of this system, and how it works, and how I think it performs with the Series S. So let's get into this. And there's some cons about the system, or the screen, shall I say. The Series S is a beautiful console, one of the best Xboxes I think you can buy. The price is just phenomenal. I haven't done a Series S review video, but I'm planning on doing one. I'm also planning on buying the Series S Carbon here eventually for a nice YouTube review for you guys to see, because the Series S Carbon is basically a Series S with that full terabyte of space. But I figure it'd be fun to put in the collection, so I might as well just get in and do a review on it. But that'll be later down the line. I don't have money for that right now, because I'm trying to save for other things. But anyways, we are looking at the Series S original here, and it has this beautiful HDR screen connected to it. So if you look in the back, I'm going to show you guys a couple cons with this screen before we get into the actual looking at the screen, just so you guys are aware of it ahead of time. So if you look in the back here, you do have all your ports. So basically, you have your power port, you still have your storage expansion, you got your HDMI port, you got your 2 USB ports, and you got your Ethernet cable for direct Wi-Fi, and you got on the actual screen itself, you have your separate power port. So on the screen, it's not going to be like the G-Story, at the X screen where you have it plugged into the console and it just draws power from the console. Unfortunately, you have to have an extra port open to play with this. So that can be a lot of cords to bring around, and some people it turns them off to the idea because it's not really something they want to be lugging around with them everywhere. The G-Story does also have the nice carrying case that the X screen does have, so that's another big drawback for the G-Story. But the G-Story does have the 15-inch screen, though. We have to mention that. And the other one has a 13-inch screen. So this one gets a whole 2 inches of space for your gaming. For me, I'll probably be taking it on the house if I'm sick or something and sitting on the couch upstairs. I would love to play this without disturbing, another person's television time or something like that. So this is a perfect thing just for like that type of stuff. It's not something I'm going to be carrying around at a bus station or even take with me to a cafe or anything. Not even that I do any of those things, but it's not something I would typically use that for. I don't find it mobile whatsoever. In fact, I find it kind of big and clunky and annoying. And personally, I don't think the Series S is made for traveling. It's more made for stationary. But it's pretty solid. and it closes like a laptop, so you know it's pretty solid. But I do like actually sitting in my bed at night and playing it because it's actually nice if I'm not feeling well, like I said, or I don't feel like sitting up in my gaming chair here and playing any games, so I can just jump into my bed and enjoy, like, I don't know, some Halo Infinite or something like that, you know. But it's pretty nice, and I do like the console a lot with the screen. But here's another drawback. So if you guys have more Series S's and you only have one, you guys got to keep this open, the screen open for ventilation of the fan. So you guys are playing this on the TV, you're going to run into some issues, honestly. You're not going to be able to have it shut because this thing won't be able to breathe. And it'll actually destroy your screen. It'll burn your screen out. So if I were you, I would, if you have this connected to your TV, kind of make sure it's like this on the side, even though it looks retarded. But it's better than it being shut and roasting your console to death. And that's a big problem with the G screen. But it's very easy to take off. So I'm going to show you guys how it goes on and off so y'all can see it for the video. But there is a little screw on the side. Like I said, I am missing a screw because they did not send it. But, pardon, it still does work. So that's not a big drawback. So it does miss that screw, unfortunately. And that's pretty much all it's missing. Other than that, it was in great condition. I know a couple smudges on the top here. But that was just a couple smudges. I don't really care. I'm not very, like, oh my god, there's just a scratch in the screen. Or like, oh my gosh, there's a scratch on the plastic. Oh no, I can't do this. I can't deal with this product. I'm not like that. For me, it doesn't really matter. Although I do like cleaner aesthetics, but still, I would prefer it to be clean. But I'm not going to make a big complaint if it has a little scratch on it, even though I'm buying it for a fraction of the price that it would normally go for. Other than that, it works perfectly. It also, on the back of the screen, does have 2 headphone jacks if you're playing with a friend in your car or something like that. So, like, if you guys are playing, like, I don't know, Mortal Kombat or, like, Minecraft or something, y'all can, like, hook up with your headphones and stuff and, like, you know, listen to your game and, like, you know, whatever, if you don't want to disturb your friends. But anyways, I thought that was pretty cool, although you can just use the the auxiliary jacks on the bottom of your controllers to plug them in and use them like that. So honestly, that's pretty pointless, but if y'all are playing, that's also an option. If you guys are using the OG Xbox One controllers, then yeah, you're going to have to go with the backboards. But I don't see why you really have to if you have the Series S, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to how it's set up. Let's move on to that now. Here I took apart the X screen to show you guys how it is assembled and how you would have to assemble it if you guys bought one of these. So this is the screen assembly. It comes just like this. It comes closed as a matter of fact. But this is what the screen assembly looks like. And then they also include this little panel that goes on the other side. These are the only things you will need and the 2 screws. But unfortunately, like I said, I only have 1 screw. So that kind of sucks for me. But like I said, I'm not really concerned of it falling apart because it is actually pretty sturdy, the system, how it is built. Anyways, let's show you guys how it's actually put together. So the screen here basically just slides onto your console. Even has little notches on the side. If I can show you guys up close here, there is little grooves right there that actually go into the holes, the ventilation holes on the side of the Series S, which allows you to actually plug the system in. But if you guys can go ahead and just take your thing like this, and it just slides into your console. I personally like to do this up, so like I like to do it vertically because it's easier. But you put your console up like this. And you take your thing and then you just slide it into the holes that are provided as much as you can go into. Hold up, I'm trying to get it on. Just like that. So it should be nice and snug and look very close to the Xbox right there. After that, the same thing with this side. It has a little notch right there. As you guys can see, there's a little notch groove inside of the X screen case that you actually go ahead and press it in. And clamps on, just like that. So you gotta do is just screw in the hole on the side with the basic screwdriver. Like this, not too tight because you don't want to strip your screw or something like that. So, you know, proceed with caution. Not to mention, I don't like screwing things into technology, you know, because it's kind of like risky, you know, we're gonna break something. But with this, I kind of feel a lot confident because it is, you know, more made to be taken apart. Just like that. There you go. So unfortunately, it's gonna be flappy since I only have one screw, so it's gonna be like a little flappy like this because of it. But the back ones are still holding the console in, so this thing won't fall whatsoever. Although some people are like, "Oh, that doesn't look too safe," but it does still hold it, the console. But yeah, definitely, it's kind of risky. Let me make sure this is actually screwed in properly more because I want to make sure that this thing does not end up falling apart on me ever. But I know for a fact this thing does work. It stays sturdy. So yeah, that's better. I screwed it a little more. But yeah, installation's easy. You guys saw 2 steps: putting your side panel on and then screwing it in, and then there you go. We got it. You got it. You guys got it. So anyway, let's kind of take a look at how it looks on here, since we kind of looked at how it's put together and some of the pros and cons about it. Let's actually look at this screen and see how it is. So with the X screen, you do have to have 3 cords. You have to have your power cord for the actual screen, plugs into the back. It's DC, okay. So the screen will actually turn on when you do that. Then an HDMI cord that plugs into the HDMI port. You have 2 HDMIs, so you actually can plug another console into this and have 2 consoles if you're using this as your monitor at your desk. It's actually pretty nifty. Kind of what the old Xbox Ones used to have too. Unfortunately, I had this really giant HDMI cable, which is unnecessary. I'm going to order a very small one for this only because I can't take the long HDMI cord. It drives me crazy. Not to mention, if you accidentally snug on it, you can break an HDMI port, and you just don't want to suffer that, honestly. So after you plug that in, you just have to plug in your power cord to your actual console in the back. I showed you all the ports, and you guys probably already figured that out. There you go. So it's all plugged in and ready to go. Ready to rumble. That's what we call it. All right, let me just find my controller now. Oh, it's right over here. Controller, the Arctic White controller. Let's go ahead and power this up and show you guys how it is. So there you go. You got power on the console. Now this red light should turn green for it to getting signal to the actual screen. It is beautiful, guys. This does have the HDR. Unfortunately, the X screen doesn't. This one does have HDR though. It's actually pretty nice. All right, so we're loading the screen. I'm sorry if it's a little bright. Maybe I can turn the brightness down. So you go to your menu, I think here. Yes, we can turn our brightness down. So let's go ahead, because I know it's kind of glaring on the screen here. So you press that, and then you press your enter button, and then you press enter, and then you can go ahead and use your power button here to scroll down. There we go. That better? There we go, that's better. Let's wait for that to go. Okay, now that's gone away. So let's go ahead and take a look at the screen and show you guys what this supports and what this doesn't support. Okay, so let's go ahead and log into our profile. Well, it looks like I got to type in my password. Let me just do that really quick. It's my account. Sorry, I like to have my stuff locked down because you never know. You got thieves or something, or someone steals this and then get a hold of your things. So I like to be safe and sorry and just lock my things down because who wouldn't? You know, I got games and stuff on here and it's kind of worth a lot of money. So I like to keep it locked down. So let me get that in the shot better. So there we go. We're into the actual X screen. I hope you guys got a good view with the camera here. I have my iPad on the tripod, but maybe I can zoom it in. You guys can see it. But this is what the X screen looks like, honestly. And it does look, actually, you might think that thing looks so small and dumb. It actually, when you actually plug it in, it actually makes it look a lot bigger, to be honest. I thought it was like, what's the point? That screen is tiny. Like, what are you going to do on a screen that small? So, anyways, let's go ahead and our settings and look at the TV display options. So we go to our setting tab up here. And we're going to go to our TV display option just to prove to you guys that this thing does support HDR. So as you can see, it says 4K UHD, even though I know it's not 4K, but it does support ultra high definition. So to the Xbox, it's like 4K technically, but it really isn't. But it does support it. I'm sorry, I know you guys can't read anything on my screen right now, but I'm telling you guys, it does read 4K UHD. If we go down to our 4K TV details, we can see that your TV supports 4K UHD at 60 Hz. This is also a 60 Hz monitor. I forgot to mention that. Why did I not mention that? It's a 60 Hz monitor. Not bad. Your TV setup supports up to native 1080p at 120 frames. So if we played it at our 1080p a resolution, we can actually pump this baby up to 1080 frames. So if you're playing a game like Call of Duty, I recommend turning down your resolution to have better frames because you'll get a better gaming experience. Your TV does support HDR10 for gaming, so like I said, we got the high definition rating, which the X screen doesn't, so you might as well just go with this one now if you guys want that nicer look. And this bunch of other random stuff I'm not going to go over, but that's just the main things that I know this thing supports, that the Xbox verifies that this screen does support it. Now, that's very nice because you can have a mobile screen that does UHD, ultra high definition. That's awesome. Sorry, my voice just cracked there. My bad. But it's awesome. So I thought that was pretty nice to have a screen like this that supports 4K UHD, which isn't 4K, but it does support ultra high definition. I'll take it for its screen being only 15.3 inches long. Not bad. Connects to my Series S. I'll take the UHD. I'll go with that. Like I said, like you don't need 4K. Honestly, that's just, you don't even need that. It's nice, but you don't have to have 4K in order to enjoy your game. My friend doesn't like 4K screens. He's a 1080p guy. He doesn't think it's pointless. That's fine. I kind of think the same way here and there. If I'm playing on a big TV, I do like the 4K. It looks very crisp. But a screen like this, 1080p is fine. As long as we got ultra high definition, right? So let's go ahead and go into a game and see how a game works. So I'm going to go ahead and reposition my camera and get into a game to show you guys how it works with a game. Also, if you guys, if I'm missing something in this video, or if you guys know something that I don't, let me know in the comments down below. I would appreciate y'all if y'all can reach out to me and tell me if I missed something, because I'm more than happy to go over it again. I don't mind, you know, because I will make sure you guys get your fulfillment out of this video for all your needs of technical support. As much as I can, as much as I know, I'm here to help you guys. So anyway, let's go ahead and readjust our camera and get into a game. We're probably going to go ahead and try, like maybe a Roblox game or something. I don't really have much downloaded because I haven't used my Series S. I have my Series X plugged in my desk right now, but I don't really miss Series S. So let's go ahead and just spin this around and take a look at a game. Up to 2042 on the X screen, and I can't complain. It's running very nicely. The HDR definitely looks really good. Unfortunately, since I am cameraing it, you guys won't be able to see it that well, but I promise you the screen looks beautiful. It looks phenomenal. And for it being such a small screen, I am very impressed that it is able to pump out these type of graphics. But if you guys are interested in buying one of these, I recommend it because I think it's worth it. If you guys are buying it for the reason of it just being able to play it, like, you know, around the house or something, or even taking it places, that's up to you. Personally, I think it's pointless to take it places. But if you guys are mad enough to take it around, that's up to you. But I think it works really well. I'm playing a Battlefield like over here, and it's really nice. I can't lie. I'm liking it a lot. But yeah, definitely it runs really good, guys, and I think it'll be a definitely well worth it system to get. But if you guys want to hear more about the X screen, let me know in the comments down below. I'm willing to go ahead and, you know, talk more about it if need be. But if you guys like this reviewing so far, you know, comment down below because it really helps me to make better YouTube videos, to know what you guys think of it. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and conclude this video, but before I want to do it, I would like just to shout out to a game that I love to play, show you guys a little bit about it. So thanks for watching this video of the review of the X screen, but we're going to move on. I always like to give a shout out to a game called World of Tanks Blitz. It is a game that you can play on PC and on mobile. I thought it's a really fun game. Basically, the game is about all World War II tanks. You basically fight in team deathmatch modes, and you guys could do a bunch of other fun modes. Right now, we have a fun mode called Uprising, where you can do a lot of fun stuff with your tank. But this game is a very awesome game, and it's a very popular game, too. So if you guys have already heard about this, let me know in the comments. But this game is awesome, and it's not a sponsored video or anything because, you know, I'm too small for that. But this game is awesome. I do love it. But it's just it's a World War II simulation game, and I figured that you guys might be interested. Since I do like playing tank games, this is definitely one of my favorite ones to play. But yeah, it's a World War II game, and I would like to shout out and just let you know, guys, that you guys might like to try it because it is a fun game, and it is definitely a good base game. So if you guys like that, it's also a wargaming game, so you know it's gonna be a solid game. I do like World of Tanks for the Xbox, but this one's only on PC and on mobile, unfortunately. But if you guys do like these types of games, you know, go check it out. I think it's worth it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you guys like this video and subscribe. Like I said, I'll be pumping out more videos out in the future. But if you guys like the G-Story screen, review. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys like that type of stuff. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. You all have a good day.